Hey everybody, welcome to the first episode of Not the Bandits Show. So, what's happening this week is your Bandits Show will be coming out on Friday. However, we've got a space to fill on the Wednesday, so I thought I'd take one of the bold predictions that I was going to put out there on Friday's show and give it to you right now. And the way I'm going to start it is I'm going to start talking about Dak Prescott in Dallas. Now, we all know the situation. We all have our own opinions on it. But some brief things is that Dak Prescott is asking to be the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. It seems like he's looking for the $40 million per year mark, which I wouldn't do. He's currently franchise tagged by the Dallas Cowboys, so we can't look around anyone. And as far as we know, he recently turned down a contract reportedly worth $35 million a year. Now, the weird thing is, there isn't that many quarterbacks that I would pay $35 million a year to. There's two, actually, and Dak Prescott is not one of them. The two quarterbacks are Russell Wilson and Patrick Mahomes. And all you have to do is look at the stats to see why they are earning what they are earning, or in Patrick Mahomes' scenario, will be earning in a few years. Patrick Mahomes has only played 2 years. He's thrown 26 touchdowns and 5 interceptions last year, and 50 to 12 interceptions in his first season, with a passer rating over 100 in his first 2 seasons. Now, Russell Wilson is the one you can compare the most to Dak Prescott. He's got more stats to look at. Dak Prescott, in his past 4 seasons, averages a passer rating of just under 100. Now, Russell Wilson averages over 100 passer rating and throws, starting last year, through 31 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 35 to 7, 34 to 11, 21, 11, and going backwards for the past 4 years. Dak Prescott consistently throws more interceptions. The only year they didn't was 2016, being his rookie year, which he threw 23 touchdown passes and 4 interceptions. But that's his only passer rating that's gone over 100. So, to cap off my first point, this is it. Don't pay Dak Prescott $35 million a year for someone who can't produce the way that Russell Wilson and Patrick Mahomes produce on the field. But my other point is that Dallas made an interesting acquisition in the offseason, being Andy Dalton from Cincinnati. And my bold prediction is that Andy Dalton will take Dallas Cowboys to the playoffs, not Dak Prescott. And this is where it comes from. This whole contract dispute. Is Dak Prescott actually talking to the Dallas Cowboys? Because it doesn't seem like he is. So, I say he holds out too long, and all it's going to take is Andy Dalton 3 games. 3 games, give him the first 3 starts, and he will be the starter for the season. He is better than Dak Prescott. And I'll put it to these stats. Dak Prescott has had the better supporting cast his entire career. He's had a great O-line. He had Des Bryant. He's had Amari Cooper at wide receiver. He's had absolutely fantastic defenses for most of his career. A luxury that Andy Dalton didn't get all the time. However, for Andy Dalton's first 4 seasons in Cincinnati, and as much as people think it's a dumpster fire, he made the playoffs for the first 4 years of his career. Dak Prescott has done it in 2 of his first 4 years, in one of the most well-run organizations that there is in football. So why not give Andy Dalton a chance if you know what he's going to perform with if he has the things around him. And I say it's this. So Andy Dalton will actually give you wins because he takes risks. I think Dak Prescott doesn't lose the games, but he's not going to go out and win one. He needs the rest to help him win. And I think Andy Dalton can actually win a game. Now, I see the switch to Andy Dalton actually resulting in 3 more wins on the Dallas Cowboys season than if they played Dak. Because there's some things that when Dak needs to take more risks when he's behind, when he's inside the pocket, and he doesn't. Andy Dalton will take that risk. And who knows, it could flip the other way and it could result in 3 extra losses. But I think I'd rather take my chance on Andy Dalton making the risky throws, knowing that he can do it, and us getting a good playoff spot when with Dak we haven't consistently made playoffs. This is it. It really comes down to the fact that Dak does not take risks compared to Andy Dalton. And yes, I know anyone who wants to say it, yes, Andy Dalton does throw more interceptions, and he has thrown more interceptions. But who's he had to throw to other than AJ Green? He's not been able to throw to top-class wide receivers, which will be a luxury that he will get in Dallas. And that's all I have to say. I say, with Andy Dalton, the Dallas Cowboys go 10-6 and make it to the playoffs. With Dak Prescott, they go 7-9 and miss out. Hey everybody, just wanted to explain what that was. That was the first episode of Not the Bandits Show, which are going to be small 5 to 10 minute pieces that I'll probably post on opposite days to the Bandits Show whenever a space needs filling during the week. This week, I'll take a look at the Dallas Cowboys and the Andy Dalton situation. And who knows, next week I'll come up with something else. But what I wanted to say is that this week, the Bandit Show is coming out on Friday, and everyone will still get the weekly dose of the Bandit Show. All I'd like to say is thanks for watching the video. Please like, share, and subscribe.